Well, good evening, Milestone. Hey, hope you're having a great night. Glad that you've joined me and looking forward to sharing a few things with you tonight. We looked outside just before got started and we had some storm clouds rolling in, so we'll see how that goes tonight. But hey, it's been a great week, a lot of heat this week and stuff, so we have changed some things up for tomorrow. Tomorrow night we have Tom Coverley, comedian illusionist that travels around the country all over the place. He's booked every night pretty much throughout the summer. Has, I think, 1 or 2 nights off a week, but he's booked all over the place, been up and down the East Coast, out the Midwest a little bit, and all over. And so we're just privileged to be able to have him here with us tomorrow night. And so let me just remind you of what's going on. 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, we're having Mr. Softy here, free ice cream, that you can come and grab some ice cream and just hang out with each other. We'll keep the ice cream outside so you don't have people coming into the auditorium and dripping it all over the place and such, for obvious reasons. And so that'll be outside. It'll be a place to chat and hang out and such. It'll be a little bit warm, but we'll live. And then we'll come in. 7 o'clock is when Tom will get started. And then he'll go to about 8:30. Then Mr. Softy's coming back at 8:30, and we'll be able to have some ice cream. So you can catch it before, after, or whatever, and enjoy the evening. And so here's why we're doing this. We are a church for the community. We want to be known in the community for our love for people and our love for the Lord. And so we are doing this event just to give everyone a chance to laugh and have fun. It's been a stressful time in life. And there's nothing that really helps better in a moment like this, just to be able to laugh and have a good time. And so we want to do that, invite people in to be able to laugh, have a great time, hang out with friends, get to know some new people, and just celebrate a good time together tomorrow night. And so we want to do that, but then the secondary reason, and it's really not first and second as far as tiers or whatever, it's just another reason why we're doing it, is because we want to share the hope that we have through Jesus Christ. So Tom's going to share his story about how God has worked in his life, and just give people an opportunity to understand how God works in a person's life. And so he'll do that tomorrow night and give them an opportunity to respond to that as well. So we're looking forward to that. So I expect some God moments there with what's going on with what Tom shares. And so that's what's happening. So what can you do? How can you help to make this a great time tomorrow night? Number one, as you come, I'm going to assume that you're coming. If you're able to, please be here. As you come, look at it not for your own entertainment. Look at it as God's purpose for us as a church to reach this community. I know I've invited a bunch of people, and I'm expecting to fill up a few pews with some of my friends in this community that don't go to church anywhere. And so I'm expecting that they come and be a part tomorrow night. And I'm expecting that you have some as well. Now, here's some logistical things. Logistically, because it's going to be so hot, the temperature and everything was supposed to be over 97 degrees tomorrow night, and over 105 heat index and stuff, so it's way too hot to be outside. Many people would just skip it because it'd be too hot, and health-wise, it just wouldn't be so good. So we moved it into our auditorium. So that means we have a capacity of 200 people, about 200 people in our auditorium. And so if everyone from the church comes and we have one person that everyone brings, we're going to hit that capacity. Then we also have the fellowship hall downstairs that will have a camera, be able to show it remotely downstairs as well. So that'll be set up for that as well. So here's what I'm asking, church. This is the opportunity for us to be a church for the community. If we're a church for the community and we have too many people for the auditorium, then I would suggest that we give our seats to the community. They're guests. So we want to invite them to come have a seat, and we rearrange. We can stand in or sit in the aisles or whatever, or sit around and just make it just a fun event, the best that we can with however many people we have. And so give them an opportunity to sit and welcome them. Listen, the best thing you can do, don't come for yourself. Don't show up at 7 o'clock and leave at 8:30, grab an ice cream cone, get in the car and leave and not talk to anybody. That would be a waste of an opportunity. Welcome people. Be cheerful, be friendly. Now, if you're normally a grumpy person, by all means, you can come late and leave early, whatever. I'm being facetious and sarcastic. Don't take offense. But put a smile on. Welcome people. Make this an awesome event because it really is. This is a huge deal. And so welcome others. See what's going on with where they're at and stuff. Great questions to ask. Hey, are you from around here? Just prepare some questions. Are you from around here? What did you think of tonight? What did you think of Tom? What do you think of some of the questions that he asked? What do you think of this, that, and the other thing? Just have some questions, 2 or 3 questions that are really easy. And thank people for being here. Very simple. Just be friendly and thank them for being here. And invite them to come back. Here's what we can invite them to. I have a couple things that we have brewing that I told you last week. I was going to share what's going on and some new things that we're doing. One, tomorrow night, we're going to invite people that maybe are curious about God, curious about faith, curious about Jesus. We're inviting them to engage in a small group that we're calling the Starting Point. The Starting Point. Now, this is a 10-week series where this group gets together and we'll talk about different things that are about just exploring their faith and asking some really good questions about where they're at in regards to God and faith. And so it's a conversational environment. That's what we're providing for. And we want to explore faith and experience the community that we really are driving here. Our whole church emphasis has been on relationships. We've moved and kind of changed gears there to be more relational based, and so we want to provide an opportunity for people to come out and to be able to talk about things and explore faith, explore who Jesus is, explore who God is in a way that's a safe environment and get some answers and talk about some things. So I'll be leading that group with a couple others, and we'll be having a great time for that. So after the event tomorrow night, that's one of the things I'm going to invite people to come to. Come check this out, sign up, be part of this group, so that we can just continue this conversation and keep learning together. So that's one thing. Another thing, in September, I think it's 18th, we're going to have Back to Church Sunday. It's a national event where we're putting on here at our church Back to Church Sunday. The reason is because we've had so much in and out of all this COVID and all the different things that are going on. We've been out of church on just a regular basis, and I thought it'd be good this year just to invite everybody back. And so that'd be a next big event that we're going to do, a Back to Church Sunday in September. So both of those will be on the website tomorrow night. We are finalizing some details, and we'll make that go live tomorrow night so that you can see those things. And so everybody's going to get a thank you card tomorrow and some information as to how they can receive those things. And so here's the kind of last things I'm going to say. In Luke chapter 10, Jesus talks to his disciples, and he says, I want you to go out. I'm sending you out to go and tell people about the gospel. And he says this to them. He says, the harvest truly is great, but the laborers are few. That's so true. It's still true today. The harvest is great. There's people that are searching and seeking and trying to understand who God is, and they're trying to figure out how can I understand more of this? This whole Bible thing seems so huge, and what religion and all these other questions. He says this, the laborers are few. What's the solution? Solution 1, pray. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest. He's the one that's in charge of the harvest, that he would send forth laborers into his harvest. So listen, tonight, would you pray for laborers? Maybe tomorrow night you are the answer to your own prayer. That you are laboring in the fruit, in the harvest that God wants for us to have here in this community. That you'll go and you'll share and you'll talk and you'll ask questions and just make people feel welcome. If you see some trash on the ground, you pick it up, or whatever it is, you give a seat and say, no, you take my seat, I'll sit somewhere else, or I'll just sit downstairs in the other section. Whatever it is, all for the glory of God. That's why we're doing this. And so he says, go and to do this, and he sends them out 2 by 2 to be able to reach out to people around them. And so in the same way, church, as Jesus does with his disciples, I say to us, hey, tomorrow night, it's go time. It's time for us to jump in and labor, and we should be praying now, praying tomorrow night, that God would do a work to give us the opportunity to connect well, and that he'll use us in this harvest time. And be praying for Tom. His schedule is full. Could you imagine speaking and doing an hour and a half every night for really, it's been a couple months now, all the way through the summer? It'd be just crazy to do this every single night. And he is just exhausted, I'm sure, and just pushing and pushing. So be praying for him. And at the end of the night, we'll give a love offering for him to be able to just care for his expenses and be a blessing. So be prepared for that and pray that God would just use that to be a blessing on him. So, hey, thanks for joining me tonight. I know it's a lot of information, but want you to be prepared for tomorrow night. And if you're not able to make it, maybe you're physically not able to, I'm asking you to be prayer warriors. Pray at 6 o'clock for the people that are coming, that they'd be safe. Pray at 6:30 for the people that are there, that they would connect. Pray at 7 o'clock that Tom would have a voice to be able to do what he's doing. Pray at 8:30 that we would be able to connect and invite others back, and just keep praying through the night. And so just to invite you for that, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the various ways that you can. Hey, thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of the night. I'll see you tomorrow night.